Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 10 minutes from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 10-minute time check, stations. Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 5 minutes from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 5-minute time check, stations. Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 2 minutes from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 2-minute time check, stations. Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 1 minute from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 1-minute time check, stations.
The following program is paid for by Learfield Bobcat Sports Properties.
On the Bobcat Sports Network from Learfield, this is Cat Chat with Matt Logie and Tricia Binford, presented by Montana's Rib and Chop House. Here's the voice of the Bobcats, Keaton Gillogly.
Right, hello, and welcome to the next edition of Cat Chat. We are live at Montana's Rib and Chop House, just off 19th Ave. Another beautiful crowd here today as we get deep into the basketball season. We have entered February. We are in the second half, and we are rocking and rolling. My name is Keaton Gillogly. Pleasure to be with you today. Of course, we'll be talking men's and women's basketball today. Head coach Tricia Binford will join us later. So will Taylor Janssen and Tyler Patterson. They're both here as well. But now we've got the head men's coach, Matt Logie, with us. Coach, how we doing? How we feeling?
Doing well.
Good. Happy to have you with us and getting into it all. And how you holding up? It is February. This is definitely a special time of the year.
We are knee deep in it. This is the time of year where you just keep plugging along.
Yes, absolutely. Do you ever start to feel like at this point in the season where you kind of like forget what like real life is like at all? You're just like so buried in it at this point?
Yeah, it's not real life, that's for sure. It's just it's a lifestyle, and basketball season takes on a life of its own.
Yes, and I'm sure for your wife it feels like double real life for her handling all the other stuff.
She gets to handle a lot of real life during basketball season. I'm very grateful for that.
No doubt. Well, we got a great week to talk about. It was a 1-1 week on the men's side. We're going to be, again, talking to Tyler Patterson here in a little bit. But let's just dive right into things and talk about this win on Thursday. A win over Eastern Washington, 70-60 against the Eagles. First of all, great crowd there. Great crowd on Saturday. Both crowds over 3,000, just over 3,000 on Thursday, 3,700 on Saturday. So the crowds continue to rise up and just more great atmospheres at the Brick.
Yeah, huge shout out to Bobcat Nation and Bozeman community. We need all that support we can get right now, and it was great being at home and feeling that support both nights.
Right, and they got the chance to watch you guys play really from in front for most of that game against Eastern Washington. Led for 35 minutes in this one. Rob Ford was a beast again, 21 points in this ball game. Tyler Patterson knocking down a couple of threes again in both of these ball games. But really, this game came down to some defense, only allowing the best offense in the Big Sky to just 60 points. That was like 23 points under their conference average. That was a heck of a defensive performance on Thursday.
Yeah, I was really proud of our group. Coming off of last weekend and the tough loss at Portland State, a lot of teams would struggle to bounce back from that. And the way our guys attacked the week of practice and the opportunity to play Eastern, they just really attacked it and understood the assignment and how physical that game was going to be, and really stepped up to the challenge.
Right. Well, and they're a tough team to guard and just kind of game plan against, right? With just how long and they are and just how many switches they have. It feels like they've got basically the same guy in all five spots at some points.
Yeah, they're very positionless. They have great size. They can post up anybody on their team, and almost everybody out there can really shoot the basketball. So they've got a great design. They've got good personnel. They're well coached, and that's why they hadn't lost to a Power 5 conference opponent until Thursday night. But I thought our guys really stepped up to the challenge. They were very physical around the basket, applied a lot of defensive pressure at the three-point line, and held them at 2 for 18 from the perimeter.
Yes, that was a really big part of this because they are an outstanding three-point shooting team in that game. Let's talk a little bit about Rob Ford, too. The 21 points in this game, he's been obviously a monster. We've been talking about that. But one thing you've talked about a couple of times that we haven't really dove into, you said you've kind of asked him to change some portions of his game as you guys came in with the new coaching staff. What did you guys ask him to change, and how has he evolved in your guys' views?
Well, some of the things that we teach have to do with how we play, how we move the basketball, where his shots would come from, and so just really dialing into the type of shots that he could expect to get, and making sure that he was practicing those shots and not, old habits that maybe wouldn't apply quite as much. And then the footwork and some of the things that we teach shooting-wise, he picked right up on this summer and started to apply them and build that muscle memory, and it's really paying off now.
Right, yeah, his numbers in Big Sky play, particularly the shooting percentage, has really stood out for him. I mean, he's a guy now who's over 50% from the field in Big Sky play as a jump shooter, and on top of that, he's also starting to hit some career marks. So he went over 500 career rebounds this week. That is some serious rebounding, and he's approaching 1,000 career points. But for a guy his size to hit that 500 rebound mark in really 4 years as a D1 athlete, that's a special mark.
Very much so, and I can relate because I got nowhere close to that number, and it takes a lot of effort, a lot of passion, a lot of grit, and just a knack for going and getting the ball, and he's got all those things.
Yeah, so he's at 879 career points in his 4 Division I years. Remember, Rob started 2 years at JUCO level, 2 years at Idaho State, and now his second year at Montana State, and he also went over 500 points at Montana State alone this week as well. And Brian Garacki, I know you and I have talked about it once or twice already, but he reached 1,000 career points this week as well in that Eastern Washington game, doing that also in 4 years. And, with the COVID year and some extra years guys have had, I think for some, that 1,000 points can, be lowered a little bit. But for Brian, he's basically actually really only done it in 3 years now. Yeah.
I mean, his freshman year at Point Loma, we only played 11 games. And so that, in addition to what we played this year, is about three full seasons. And he's been scoring at a really, consistent clip, especially these last 2 years.
Yeah. Final thing on this Eastern Washington game, too. I mean, this thing seemed physical, seemed chippy, seemed like everybody was talking back and forth in this one. And that's what Big Sky play is going to bring you as we get into the middle of the season. But tell me just a little bit about your team's composure in this game. We saw their bench pick up a couple of technicals in some really key spots, but it seemed like, your team walked up to the line and knew how to just kind of stand tall and not go too far in this game.
Yeah, I mean, I think the bottom line was our guys walked into the gym on Thursday night expecting a heavyweight bout, and when you walk into the ring and don't expect that and get punched first, sometimes people respond in different ways, and I thought we really brought the fight to them on Thursday, and then as things got wild and hairy down the stretch, our guys just had the poise that you want, and that's a great move in the right direction for us as a group.
No doubt. All right, well, we got to take a break, but when we come back, we will be rejoined by head coach Matt Logie. Later, we're talking with Tyler Patterson and Taylor Janssen and getting into some women's basketball as well. But first, we're taking a break from the Ribbon Chop House. You're listening to Cat Chat, presented by Learfield.
For every adventure and every mishap, Bozeman Health provides expert, personalized care to each person, going well beyond traditional health care. We're your partner.
Mara, bring on the day. First Interstate, built for you. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. Visit us at firstinterstate.com.
What does it mean to be locally owned and operated? For Cenex, it means everything. It means that we know if you take your coffee to go or if you like to stay a while. It means we've helped Little Leagues get jerseys and local festivals get funding. It means we know what our communities need. So you'll always leave Cenex with a full tank, full of snacks, or full of smiles. Or all of the above. And that means the world to us. Cenex, powered locally.
I want BOGO for $1. Daily double.
Honey, wake up.
What? What's up?
You were talking in your sleep.
I had this dream. McDonald's Daily Double was BOGO for $1. Just like the McChicken, McDouble, and Hot and Spicy McChicken.
Honey, that's not a dream. The Daily Double is BOGO for $1.
All my dreams are coming true.
I don't know about that.
What do you think that dream means?
My guess, you really like McDonald's BOGO for $1 items.
Oh, you're good.
Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Valid for item of equal or lesser value. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
At Montana State University, students shape signature experiences that take them across the state and into local communities. MSU is dedicated to its land grant mission, integrating transformational learning, discovery, and service that improves lives. You'll find our students teaching across Montana, conducting research in the heart of Yellowstone National Park, or even creating small shelter prototypes to address homelessness. Montana State University. Think outside.
With friendly customer service and an outstanding location near Montana State University in the base of the Bridger Mountain Range, Country Inn & Suites by Radisson is the perfect place to begin your Bozeman adventure. Country Inn & Suites offers a hot and delicious Be Our Guest breakfast buffet each morning. Free Wi-Fi is available throughout the property, and we have a business center and meeting rooms. Our indoor pool and hot tub is a great way to relax after a day of fun, and the on-site fitness center will keep your workout goals on track. We have spacious king and double queen suites with a full-size sleeper sofa available, and every room in Country Inn & Suites is smoke-free. Reserve your room today.
You are a Bobcat fan, and your seat matters. Section 108, right in the middle, and a perfect view of the fast break, alley-oop, and slam dunk. At Kendall Ford of Bozeman, we're a proud supporter of Montana State Athletics. We're big fans of teamwork, dedication, and helping customers find the best deal on the perfect vehicle to fit their needs. Where you sit matters, as in the driver's seat. Get started at KendallFordBozeman.com. Kendall, let's start something great.
We are back live at Montana's Ribbon Chop House for another edition of Cat Chat. We're sitting down with head coach Matt Logie. We're talking with Tyler Patterson in the next segment. But talking about the week for Montana State as they're sitting at 6-4 in Big Sky play with a chance to go out to Northern Colorado this week. Northern Colorado is just a half game up in the standings right now over Montana State, and then it's off to Northern Arizona after that. So the tip-off on Thursday will be at 6 o'clock. We'll have the coverage at 5:30. All right, Coach. I did want to ask you a little bit about Pat McMahon, just how he's doing. It did seem like in that Eastern game, I kind of saw him buzzing around the bench, filling up waters. I mean, just trying to find a way to at least help out on the bench a little bit right now. How's Pat doing?
He's doing good. He just got the boot off his foot, and the surgery went well. Rehab's been going well. He's healing up, and he's in that stage that's really hard now, where you can walk around and you want to test yourself, and you're watching all your teammates play, but although he won't be coming back this year, he's learning great lessons from being around the team and picking up things that he can apply next year.
Yeah. So how do you see him just kind of trying to add or just talk to his teammates, or at least trying to contribute any way he can, even if he can't get on the floor?
Yeah, it's one of the things I've been encouraging him to focus on and put himself mentally in these games and get those game experiences, and then help his teammates where he can, and that's part of being a leader. It's part of the experience that he brings to our program, in his third year here. And so we need all that we can get.
Yeah, excited to see him back out there next year in the meantime, but glad he's doing well and continuing to improve. I do want to talk a little bit about this Idaho game. It did end up as an 81-75 loss. And, Idaho played well. They ended up going on the road and winning again on Monday as well. They had 3 road games over the course of their 5 days. So they had a long stretch, and they did get another win shortly after that. But one of the things that did kind of stand out was some of the rebounding in this game. Felt like Idaho was just kind of tipping it to themselves over and over again. What did you see in the rebounding battle in this game?
Yeah, I mean, whether it's rebounding or loose balls, I just thought our energy level was low. And, you could see that in some of the 50-50 plays. And I think Thursday night took, a gargantuan effort and physicality and coming off the emotion of the weekend before and all that it took to prepare for that. And then a couple guys under the weather and banged up a little bit. Come to find out after the fact, we didn't have as much in the tank, and that's a lesson that we've got to learn to fight through and battle through. And I think our guys are excited about the next opportunity to get on the court.
Yeah, you kind of talked to myself and Brian Preby in the postgame too, just about trying to build this momentum. It is hard. You can get a win here, get a win there, but to try to really get the momentum going. What are the keys to get get that momentum, grab it, and hold on to it over the course of multiple weeks?
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the things that has been pretty painstakingly clear in the conference this year is that anybody can beat anybody on any given night, and how teams match up with one another is different across the board, and so you can see one comparative score, and it really has no application to how your team's gonna fare against that group, and you've got teams that like Idaho that didn't have a great record coming in, but were in every game and had leads in many of them, and so. It's a marathon, not a sprint, and so obviously we would have loved to take advantage of that in Portland State and be sitting at 8-2. But I'm a big believer that God puts in front of us what we need to grow, and if that's what this team needs to reach our ceiling, then we're going to help guide them along that path.
One of the points in this year when it did seem like you reached your ceiling in a single game was against Northern Colorado. That was a 90-81 win earlier in the year at the Brick, and that's where you're heading out to next. They've got that great player, St. Thomas, who did put up 27 points in that first meeting, but he had to work his tail off for it, and it was a win for Montana State. They're coming off a loss at home against Weber State, but what's going to be the key to trying to beat this really good team a second time in the regular season, and this time on their home floor?
Yeah, I mean, ultimately it comes down to the defensive end of the floor for us. Northern Colorado obviously has the primetime scorer in St. Thomas, but they also have a very dynamic point guard in Jerron Riley, who kind of sets the table for the group. We did a really good job on limiting his impact in the first game and not allowing him to get off a lot of shots and keeping his assist numbers low. And so that's going to be key to the deal again. And then offensively, Northern Colorado as excellent as they are on offense, they've struggled defensively. So if we take good care of the basketball and work hard, to play through our concepts, I think we can be very effective offensively and continue to, put that pressure on them to score, hopefully with a good defensive effort.
Yeah, it was 4 players in double figures in that first meeting. Garacki at 25, Walker at 22, Turner at 18, and Rob Ford had one of his 6 double-doubles this year when he had 14 points and 12 rebounds. That's pretty laughable for Ford to have 6 double-doubles.
It's not common for someone his size, no.
No, not at all. All right, Coach, so that's coming up on Thursday. We appreciate the time and the insight today.
Thanks a lot. Go Cats.
All right, that's head coach Matt Logie. We're taking a break. Tyler Patterson is joining us after this timeout. We're at the Ribbon Chop House. You're listening to Cat Chat, presented by Learfield.
Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. outside the box for your complete branding solutions. Located in Bozeman, Montana, we offer a full print shop for banners, signs, wraps, trade show booths and graphics, promotional products, and much more. If you can think it, we can ink it. We are a proud supporter and corporate sponsor of the MSU Bobcats. Like us on Facebook to see some of our cat wraps. Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. and call us at 406-922-6462 or visit us on the web at inkoutside.com.
Town & Country Foods is a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics. As a locally owned company, we believe the benefit of buying local helps support the local economies in southwest Montana. Our stores offer great selections of items you need every day, including organics, specialty foods, fresh meats and produce, along with incredible selections from our bakery and deli departments. Town & Country Foods is 100% employee-owned and serves southwest Montana with 8 locations. Visit your local Town & Country Foods today. Go Cats!
If you're in need of structural engineering for your residential, commercial, or wireless telecommunications project, Ascent Engineering provides comprehensive solutions for your project's success. Ascent Engineering is now serving the Big Sky Country in southwestern Montana. Whether it's a new residential home, new commercial building, long-awaited remodel, covered outdoor living space, retaining wall, or telecommunications tower, Ascent Engineering is your expert at providing forensics, assessments, or designs. Ascent Engineering is a proud supporter of your Montana State Bobcats. Bridger Brewing is home to award-winning locally crafted beer and pizza and is proud to support all things Bobcat sports. Open 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, last beer served at 8 p.m. and located right across from the Brick Breeden Fieldhouse. Stop by after the game today to enjoy a cold pint of beer and a slice of made-from-scratch delicious pizza. Dine-in service and online ordering for takeout are both available. Check out BridgerBrewing.com and at Bridger Brewing on Instagram and Facebook, and stay tuned for updates on our newest adventure in Three Forks, Montana.
At Montana State University, students shape signature experiences that take them across the state and into local communities. MSU is dedicated to its land grant mission, integrating transformational learning, discovery, and service that improves lives. You'll find our students teaching across Montana, conducting research in the heart of Yellowstone National Park, or even creating small shelter prototypes to address homelessness. Montana State University. Think outside.
When a power line has fallen down, it can be downright dangerous and even deadly. That's because downed lines can still energize the ground and objects around them. To help keep you and others safe, Northwestern Energy says stay at least 35 feet or the length of a semi-truck away from a downed power line and anything the line is touching. You should always assume the line is live, and if you see a downed line, immediately call 911 and warn others. Northwestern Energy, delivering a bright future.
We are back live at the Ribbon Chop House. This is Cat Chat at Montana's Ribbon Chop House. Our staff is dedicated to creating extraordinary experiences that raise the bar in each of our communities. Enjoy premium steaks, fresh seafood, and award-winning baby back ribs. We look forward to sharing a little Rocky Mountain hospitality with you. All right, a little later, we're going to be talking some women's hoops with Coach Binford and Taylor Janssen. But right now, we are joined by Tyler Patterson. Tyler, how we doing? How we feeling?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing quite well. Happy
to be here.
Yeah, happy to have you back again and settling into the year. And
yeah,
you're an old head on this squad now.
I am. Yeah, it feels different for sure.
Yeah, especially with all the new faces coming in. And I don't know. When you kind of first came in your freshman year, this program, this team, it hadn't reached the heights we'd seen these last 2 years, and now kind of restarting a little bit in some ways. How similar does this year feel to maybe your freshman year, even if it's not the COVID year with nobody here, but how similar is it?
I mean, it's similar in the fact that, it's just we're in the thick of it right now, You got the same days going over and over, and you just got to plug away and get through them and keep plugging away and good things will happen.
Yeah. And what's that mental grind like when you do try to keep that focus as we get into the meat and potatoes of the year?
It's tough, but, blessed to have great teammates and, great staff and stuff so that, they make it fun every day.
Yeah. Guy like Julius Smith coming in and turning it up a little
bit.
Hard
to have bad days with him, so
yeah, no
great
doubt.
energy he brings.
No doubt. Well, we've kind of talked about this with like a lot and some of the other guys who have been here now the last couple of years, but walk us through a little bit of that transition period. Sprinkle takes the job. A couple of guys make the decision to transfer, but what was that all of that like from your perspective?
Initially, it was a pretty hectic, couple days. It was just a lot up in the air, and then, I think something that we were very lucky to have was, our athletic director, involved us really well in the search, and so we were, able to meet, some of the coaches, and then, kind of get what their ideas were and stuff like that, and so that made it a lot easier for myself and a couple other players to make decisions they wanted to make.
Yeah. What were some of the questions you had in some of those meetings?
It was just more of them, giving us their spiel and stuff. We were more listening, but it was really insightful to get what they had, their mindset and their vision for the program, what they had and wanted to bring to this table. So it was really cool.
Yeah. What were your impressions when you came out of the meeting with Logie then?
A lot of threes. That's for sure.
Perfect. That's right up your alley.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, how has your season been going? I mean, these last couple of games, knocking down some shots, 5 straight games with multiple threes. How's your season going?
It's been going good. It started off pretty strong. I think my biggest thing this year, is trying to explore some of the 2-point range, get mid-range going a little bit. Had a couple games where I've been able to, explore that a lot, and then, obviously been hitting a bunch of threes and, keeping that going, and then, just bringing a hard hat on defense every day.
Yeah, well, and we've seen that, especially in how many minutes you've been playing too. You're near the top of the conference, like third in the conference in minutes.
For sure.
How are you holding up physically for that?
Good, love it. Wouldn't have it any other way. Can't complain when you're getting a lot of minutes, so that's for sure.
No doubt, and getting ready to make your 106th career start in the blue and gold on Thursday.
That's a lot of them.
What's it mean to you to hear a number like that?
Oh, that's just something, you come in when you're a freshman and you want to try to make impact right away, and we helped kind of set the standard that we've been held at, and so it's been pretty cool. And I didn't know it was that high, but that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, 106. You're also moving up the rankings in career 3-point makes.
Yep.
I don't know if you've noticed that, but you're not supposed to be paying attention to much.
Yeah,
no.
Too locked in on the season.
No, but you're sitting at number 7 right now in program history. Your next 3 will tie you with Pete Conway for 6th, who graduated in 2003. And then there have only been 4 guys who've hit 200 threes in Montana State history. So you're coming up on that, which is pretty cool.
That's pretty sweet.
Getting into this week coming up and everything that we've been going through. Got to ask you about Rob Ford too, since you've had the chance to see him really from the ground floor and play against him.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing.
Yeah, at Idaho State. I mean, how big of a jump has this guy made?
I mean, it's unreal. For me, when we played him. When he was at Idaho State, it was the first thing on the scout was this is going to be the toughest dude you've ever had to box out, and so it was just literally when the shot goes up, just go face box him out and try to get him out of the paint. But and you could see the capability he had there, and he came here last year and then this year he's taking a huge step, and he's shooting the heck out of the ball, and been playing great big minutes for us defensively and huge toughness plays and kind of leading us in that category. So it's been great.
Yeah, that's been a lot of fun. The other guy that stepped up now the last couple of games is Sam Lekalot, another guy you've been a teammate with now for a long time and a part of this transition now. But what are you seeing from Sam? I feel like we're seeing a whole new collection of moves from this guy right now.
I know. I mean, I've seen him a lot in practice, and so I've been really happy for him. getting the confidence and stuff to shoot the ball and make plays and stuff like that. So it's been really cool because he's kind of a jack of all trades. He can rebound. I think he just had a double-double.
He did, yeah. It was his first career double.
Yeah, it was. So that, that was pretty cool. But he can also pass the ball really well, and he sees the court pretty well. So it's really cool to see him, come out there and make the impact that he's been making.
Yeah. Well, do you have any idea why he was able to kind of flip this switch? Like, did you see something in practice like, oh, that guy's going to come out and just be a junkyard dog now?
No, I think it's just been, a culmination of everyone around him, telling him just be aggressive and shoot the ball. And, good things happen when you play hard and, just go out there and be yourself.
Yeah. Picking up the new system and getting to know things, having Brian Garacki here, I'm sure helped a little bit.
For sure.
Maybe serve as a little bit of the player translator.
Yeah, exactly.
But what were some of the challenges in just picking up the new system, the things that you guys had to really kind of grasp on and just get through the reps on?
I think early, it was just a lot of, the last couple of years it's been pretty, hard-nosed. We're going to come down and run a play and kind of just beat you that way. And so I think the continuity and the flowing and stuff, that kind of takes a lot of time with, connecting with your teammates and stuff. So we kind of had a later start on that. But I think we've been, showing spurts of being able to put that together. And it's been when that happens, good things happen.
Yeah,
so.
It's really beautiful when it's working.
For sure. So I think we just got continue to keep at it and get into the next play, whatever it is, and good things keep happening.
Yeah, what was it like when you were trying to just get to know your teammates a little bit? How did you guys and the upperclassmen try to actively make sure that you were making everybody or getting everybody to kind of gel together?
Yeah, it was cool. We had given the coaching situation, we kind of had we didn't have to start workouts right away, so when everyone finally did get together, it was, we were ready to go at it, so we would plan open gyms right away, stuff like that. So that's the best way for us to help on the court. And then off the court, we hang out all the time, and we did things, went flow to the river a couple times, stuff like that, just to, get to know each other better and stuff. So it's all helped.
Carter told us about that river
flow. He did, yeah. That was a rough one.
Yeah, it didn't sound like it went super well.
No, it did not go well. It was hailing, and I thought we were done for.
All of a sudden, guys were about to re-enter the transfer portal. I can't do the hail.
It was. We were like, I swear it's gonna be so fun, and then all of a sudden it just started hailing, and we're like, no way.
Well, we're glad you got through that, and sometimes it's through adversity that you really create the bronze.
Yeah.
Also, your brother Quinn, he's playing some D1 hoops, right?
Yep. He's down there at UC San Diego. They're having a great year, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, they're in second place right now in the Big West?
Yep.
Yeah.
So they've been doing really well.
Yeah, how's he doing? I know he's not playing huge minutes right now, but how's he settling into the college life, his second year now?
Yeah, no, he loves it there. He's on the beach every day. He sends me pictures and stuff, and I'll send him, the snowing pictures, and so it's kind of funny because it's almost complete opposites. But, he loves it down there, and, he's having a great time.
Yeah, what kind of player is he?
He's a little thicker than me, but a little bit shorter. But I got the faster feet, so that's what I'll say.
Yeah.
Sure.
So would you rather be taller and leaner or shorter and thicker?
I'd say taller and leaner.
Okay, perfect.
Yep, for sure. Yeah.
Oh, good. I love to hear it. Well, coming up next is Northern Colorado on Thursday, Northern Arizona on Saturday. Look, it's one of the more difficult logistical road trips. It is what it is. But, how do you handle some of the road trip stuff that we go through? And, how do you just make sure that you're getting your sleep, staying right, and just passing the time so you're ready to go when the lights turn on?
Yeah, I'm kind of used to it now, being in my technically fourth year. And so, but, yeah, it's cool with all our teammates and stuff. We always, do things together on the road, hang out in people's room and stuff. So it's cool. And we get to know each other even better, and it's a sweet little environment that we have.
Yeah, so not as bad once you're kind of in.
No, once you're in it, they're with you, and so it's pretty sweet.
Yeah, and we have the internet.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so it's really not
Stream
that bad.
anything anytime, so you're good.
No doubt. All right, well, it's going to be a fun road trip coming up. Northern Colorado and Northern Arizona up next. Tyler, 106 starts and plenty more.
Yeah, that's the goal, man.
Looking forward to it. Tyler Patterson.
Well.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate the time.
Go Cats.
We're taking a break. When we come back, we'll dive into some women's hoops. You're listening to Cat Chat, presented by Learfield.
For every peak, valley, and plateau, for every mishap and every adventure, for every Montanan in every season of life, Bozeman Health is here to deliver care with quality, compassion, and respect. Because we see you as more than the patient you are today. We look to what's on the horizon for you and our community over the decades to come. That's care beyond care. Well beyond. Bozeman Health.
You are a Bobcat fan, and your seat matters. Section 108, right in the middle. And a perfect view of the fast break, alley-oop, and slam dunk. At Kendall Ford of Bozeman, we're a proud supporter of Montana State Athletics. We're big fans of teamwork, dedication, and helping customers find the best deal on the perfect vehicle to fit their needs. Where you sit matters, as in the driver's seat. Get started at KendallFordBozeman.com. Kendall, let's start something great.
Rocky Mountain Credit Union has supported Montana State Athletics for over 40 years and provides a local credit union for past, present, and future Bobcats. You can have it all with RMCU. Low rates, local banking, a place to start saving, or work on building your credit. Visit your local branch or online at rmcu.net to become a member today. That's rmcu.net. Go Bobcats!
The Ribbon Chop House was founded in 2001. Our ability to grow has come through our commitment to Rocky Mountain hospitality, a concept which incorporates a casual attitude with our high-level commitment to loyalty, safety, service, and quality food. At the Ribbon Chop House, our staff is dedicated to creating extraordinary experiences that raise the bar in each of our communities. Enjoy premium steaks, fresh seafood, and award-winning baby back ribs. We look forward to sharing a little Rocky Mountain hospitality with you.
No matter how far you may go, there's always one just down the road. Town Pump, ooh, pump it up.
Join the Town Pump Fountain and Coffee Club with Pump It Up rewards. Buy 5 of any size fountain drink or coffee and get your 6th free. It pays to be a Pump It Up rewards member. Town Pump, convenient and right down the road.
Town Pump, right down the road. Pump it up, oh yeah.
What does it mean to be locally owned and operated? For Cenex, it means everything. It means that we know if you take your coffee to go or if you like to stay a while. It means we've helped Little Leagues get jerseys and local festivals get funding. It means we know what our communities need. So you'll always leave Cenex with a full tank, full of snacks, or full of smiles. Or all of the above. And that means the world to us. Cenex, powered locally.
Back with another edition of Cat Chat. Before we are joined by head coach Tricia Binford, we are going to pause 10 seconds for our network station identification. This is Cat Chat.
AM 1450 KMMS, Bozeman, 1340 KPRK Livingston, where Montana talks.
We are back live at the Ribbon Chop House. This is Cat Chat. I want to remind you that Universal Athletic has been a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics for over 45 years. Shop their great selection of Bobcat apparel and accessories for all your game day needs. Shop in-store at their North 7th Avenue location or online at shop.msubobcats.com. I'm Keaton Gillogly, joined now by head coach Tricia Binford. Coach, how we doing? How we feeling?
Doing great. Good to be here.
Yes. Happy to have you here. Happy to have you home this week.
Yes. We're always happy to be home.
Yes, and I know it was very home-heavy in that first half of the Big Sky and with some of your non-conference, but it is an even balanced schedule. So if you're on the road early, then you're home late, and you get a chance to get back home for a big-time week this week against Northern Colorado and Northern Arizona, and coming off a 2-0 week through Eastern and Idaho. And are you happy to put to bed the whole question of if you can win on the road now that you got those 2 wins?
Well, we're going to have to keep doing that, right? We have a lot of road games still coming up, but no, just really proud that we learned the recipe to how you win on the road. Is you got to hit some shots late, but you got to rebound well, and I felt like we had a strong rebounding presence all weekend.
Yeah, I also felt like it was a little circumstantial where, Lexi got hurt in Mexico. It
does help to have a few players back, yes. So that is the other ingredient. You know, we've had a road game without KJ, we had 2 without Mara, and we had both back in the lineup, so that does make a big difference. And we were joking in the pregame speech. We said we got 10, and everybody went crazy. And I'm like, 10's still not a lot, but it's more than 9, right? So this group has been resilient, and that extra body makes a big difference, especially when you're on the road and you need those legs to kind of finish and get those rotations. And that was definitely the difference.
Yeah. What is it like too when you can have a freshman go in and just play a spurt and come off and not have to really rely on them for like a 12 or 15 minute stretch or whatever it would be?
For sure, yeah. When you get the freshmen mixed with more upperclassmen around them, it's interesting. They actually bounce off and play through that very well. But when you have 3 or 4 freshmen, then it's kind of like, okay, who's leading this rotation? Because we do a lot of scrambles, we do a lot of protecting, and your veterans and your seniors are the ones leading the way, so to speak. So yeah, it does make an impact.
Yeah, I'm sure. So let's talk about this Eastern Washington win, a 62-61 win, a come-from-behind victory. Taylor Janssen hit the late 3. Haven't been hitting a lot of threes lately, but that was certainly a very, very timely one. And it was Mara Dykstra who had the career day scoring, ended up having the game-winning assist. Walk us through some of that late-game situation for you guys.
Yeah, so obviously Mara was the hot hand in that game, and the interesting thing is we never had a lead the entire game, but we never felt like panicked. Even when we got down 10, it was just we were getting some really good looks. We had great composure. Even from the tip, as we were tipping, I'm like, gosh, we're a lot longer than Eastern, So with kind of this preseason prep, you're going in and you're like, it's prepared you for these moments. And, Mara, we wanted the ball in her hands to make the decision. And sure enough, Natalie's in that corner setting a fade screen. And Mara made the great read and saw Taylor open in the corner. And I know Louetta tried to tip it, but it was a great look. And it was a no-brainer look for somebody like Taylor to take. And really big-time shot in that moment.
Yeah, and, you were in that position partly because of what Mara Dykstra was doing. It was her second straight game in which she set a career high in points. And I was struck watching really both games this weekend in particular, but just how versatile she was able to score the basketball. I mean, she was posting up. She was taking her defender off the dribble. I mean, she just seemed to be doing everything. That's a pretty unique, versatile set that she's putting out there in terms of her ability to score the ball.
And rebounding and bringing up the ball.
Right, she did that too. Put that girl on skates.
That's, one of the favorite things Mara does is she loves to distribute. So if you look at our assist leaders, it's our starting forward. It's Mara Dykstra. She really, that's one of the reasons why she was able to find Taylor. She's a great passer. And that game, she just had tremendous poise on the catch, making the read. Is there a double team? Is there a second defender? Our kids did a great job cutting off of each other. And just really had a mixture of back to the basket, face up, moves, some step throughs, some step agains. Just really a tremendous game for her. And she just continues to grow and evolve each game. She's just scratching the surface. This young lady's really talented.
Right, and even when it doesn't go according to plan, she had that late 2 with her foot on the line at the end of the shot clock. And she was
but was it a 2? I'm like watching that back. I'm like, I still want to. It was pretty close. And she was like all looking at me. I'm like, I'm good with just the 2, even the 2, because it was not a good offensive possession for us. But yeah, she stepped up in a lot of different roles for us in that particular game. But as a group, there were some end of game situations and management. They did a great job of changing up the defense. We knew Louetta was going to get the ball in her hand. She had just scored the previous possession. We wanted to make somebody else have to take that shot, and so there was some really good things. And of course, we have some friends text us afterwards like, you had some fouls to give. And we're like, yes, we did, but we did that much better against Idaho.
Yes, you did, and that was a heck of a close as well. Obviously, jumped out to that big lead against Idaho early, up 18-2, but they were able to close it. They were able to bring it back to a 1-point game as we got into the fourth quarter. But, man, Madison Hall, Mad Dog at the end of this game, it just seemed like of the other 9 players on the floor, she wanted it more than absolutely anybody else.
I think her middle nickname needs to be Clutch. We're trying to still work on a new last name for next year to get her back.
But you get more eligibility with
she and Braden,
names.
They're still going to be together. We just want another last name so we can find a way for a 6th year.
Right.
But, right from the start, even the coaches were talking about the Friday practice, the morning where we were going over some clips and some film, the level of focus. Jack always leads that as far as just how she's locked in from the very start. And she had multiple ways herself of putting points on the board. So we got her in some 2-man ball screens, did a great job with both Taylor and Mara in that mix. But then she was posting up. She was hitting. We drew up that play, the out-of-bounds play to hit the 3. And, that was the game. You kind of run through the people who are hot with the hot hand. But she's been clutch for us. She's hit some really big-time shots late games. And that's part of what experience does for you. It gives you a lot of composure and poise once again. But, yeah, she had a great game.
Yeah, and when the composure stands out too in that it was that late in the game after that kind of tipped semi-blocked 3, and she made the catch on the baseline, got the double team around her, and still found a way to pass out of that, didn't kind of panic, and that's just more composure in these late game situations for her.
Yeah, for sure. And we have the the challenge now, we're like, you guys are going to start buying us Starbucks and we don't add a pump fake to it. And but we always use Jack's clips of this is what a pump fake does for you, right? So we call those mambos where we add and we play off 2 feet. And every example, like the reason she's finding those open people is she's adding a swivel step, she's playing off 2 feet, she's getting a step through step again. She doesn't get rushed. She plays with great balance. It's one of the reasons why her bread and butter jumper is so solid is she's elevating, she's got great feet, and that's years of putting in a lot of work into that drill work.
Yeah, you could definitely see it. And then it was Natalie Picton who had basically the dagger in this game. Picton had 6 steals this weekend, and she had that late steal and bucket on the other end. And boy, you can just see how experienced she is already and how mature. She went laid that thing in late in the game, and what did she do? She turned around and was ready to get back on defense right before that whistle. You got to love seeing that kind of play from her.
Well, she's a disruptor for sure. We call those disruptive plays, and they were obviously advanced the ball to get some kind of action, and she disrupted it. And, of course, my son, he's like, did you want her to take more time off the clock? Not on that. No, we want her taking that layup, and she really does a great job on both ends of the floor. She's really advancing on the things within our defensive action. She's got a really high level of understanding for her to jump some things and play off some things. Taylor's one of our best as far as getting smalls out when we can get smalls out and communicating those actions. And Natalie's just really, really growing, and she's been groomed very well with the experience around her.
No doubt. So, you went through all of the injuries, and you had these freshmen and other players who had to get some more playing time and that sort of thing. But now, Caitlin Lamardo back this week, which was great to see, and you're just kind of seeing all this development. But here we are in February. You talked about having the 10 players, but you kind of feel like you're set up well to handle the rigors in February now that you have the full complement of players, and some of those bench players have been able to work through some of their mistakes and now have more experience as we get deeper into the year.
Well, I tell you what, the experience that those underclassmen have gotten because of our situation is really paying off. I'm like, even we maybe didn't have the successes with Mara out and KJ out. You're really seeing an Ella Johnson contributing at a high level right now. So there's some benefits to what we've gone through in that regard. And you have somebody like Malia Egan coming in right now. That's been a huge spark for us. She is just crashing. I'm like, she's one of our smallest kids, and she's one of our best crashers on the offensive glass right now. And so there's some people growing and impacting, and that's going to pay dividends when you get towards the Big Sky tournament for sure.
Right, yeah. And, for Malia Egan, and I'm sure we'll end up getting her on the show at some point here before the end of the year, but, would she have gotten some of this playing time if you guys had not had some of those injuries, or was she playing herself into some playing time in practice?
I think it's a matter of always being ready for your opportunities, and there's going to be opportunities, and you want to, take advantage of when those come, but there's a lot more opportunities at hand for this team. So to answer your question, I'm sure there was some opportunities. There's just more of them, and that does help the kids get a little bit more confidence getting their feet wet. The other kid I have to compliment is Izzy Bunyan. I'm like, that kid, we've been treating her like an upperclassman because she's been getting so many big minutes early on, regardless of the injuries. But this class, for sure, these opportunities are a credit due to our circumstance, but they're taking advantage of them and impacting us and making us better.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun, and now you get an opportunity over the next 3 games. You're playing 2 of the 3 teams that are ahead of you in the standings. Northern Colorado is behind, but, they're right there on your heels, so can't take that game lightly on Thursday with a 7 o'clock tip-off at the Brick. Give us a couple of keys to getting some revenge against Northern Colorado on Thursday.
Well, I will first say that we're not taking them lightly at all. I think we gave up 11 threes that game, 7 in the first half. So the 3-ball was not great to us defensively on that road trip in both games. And so we have a huge focus of just making sure we're there on time. We play to our principles. We're disruptive. We put a lot better pressure out there. Both teams were super comfortable, but starting with Northern Colorado, Delaney Byrne and Hannah Cemental, they're 2 of the best shooters in this conference. This team leads the conference in three-point percentage, so we know that going in, but they're also a very strong rebounding team, and they have a center that's playing at a very high level right now. So this is a team that's getting more balance around it, so we just got to be on all cylinders, and then we got to be attack-minded offensively, and having Mara back is going to be a big impact for us. We didn't have her that road trip.
Right, that's Mara Dykstra, the Big Sky Player of the Week this week for her efforts. So very excited for Mara Dykstra to earn that. So excited to see what she can do against Northern Colorado on Thursday for the 7 o'clock tip-off, and then Northern Arizona coming in with their 8-1 Big Sky record on Saturday at 2 o'clock. So busy weekend at the Brick, as they all are this time of year.
They are, and don't forget we have 2 special games, the No More Stolen Sisters game. So wear your red for Saturday, and it's National Girls in Sports Day, I'm pretty sure, on Thursday. So we've got some fun games for people to get out and support.
Awesome. Loving to see it. All right, Coach, appreciate the time.
Appreciate it.
All right, that's head coach Tricia Binford. We're taking a break. When we come back, we'll be joined by Taylor Janssen. This is Cat Chat, presented by Learfield.
There is a local ranch just outside of Boise, Idaho, that has masterfully bred Japanese Wagyu cattle with American Angus cattle. Now this American-style Wagyu beef is available to you and your family. Rosars presents Snake River American-style Wagyu beef. Snake River Farms beef is famously found in many exclusive 5-star steak restaurants. Snake River Farms, available at your local neighborhood Rosars.
At Jersey Mike's, watching them freshly slice the meat and cheese for my sub is a sight to behold. The layers of ham, salami, and pepperoni are even more glorious than the pink and orange layers of a sunrise. Yeah, the sun's pretty and all that, but in about 7 billion years it's going to explode, obliterating the Earth and every living thing on it. And if there's no sun, there's no subs. Meanwhile, the only thing a sub ever obliterated was my hunger. Freshly sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. outside the box for your complete branding solutions. Located in Bozeman, Montana, we offer a full print shop for banners, signs, wraps, trade show booths and graphics, promotional products, and much more. If you can think it, we can ink it. We are a proud supporter and corporate sponsor of the MSU Bobcats. Like us on Facebook to see some of our cat wraps. Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. and call us at 406-922-6462 or visit us on the web at inkoutside.com.
Working from home has definitely put home projects into overdrive. New landscaping, gardens, patios, and fences. But if you're digging, you're contacting 811. Utility lines, including Northwestern Energy's, can be buried even just a few inches underground, and hitting one can be dangerous. The best way to keep you, the community, and your contractor crew safe is by having lines properly marked. Make your request online at least 2 full business days before you want to dig at call811.com.
The snow is falling and temps are dropping, Bobcat fans, so it's the perfect time to cozy up with heartwarming soups and comfort food. Elevate your kitchen game and create magic tonight with La Cuisine's premium cookware. Don't forget the secret ingredient, a new top-selling cookbook. Attend a cooking class and you'll learn how to make every meal a slam dunk. La Cuisine is Bozeman's boutique kitchen store, and we can help you create the perfect table with our curated Montana-made and European dining treasures. Discover the ideal blend of style and functionality at La Cuisine, 2405 West Main.
If you're in need of structural engineering for your residential, commercial, or wireless telecommunications project, Ascent Engineering provides comprehensive solutions for your project's success. Ascent Engineering is now serving the Big Sky Country in southwestern Montana. Whether it's a new residential home, new commercial building, long-awaited remodel, covered outdoor living space, retaining wall, or telecommunications tower, Ascent Engineering is your expert at providing forensics, assessments, or designs. Ascent Engineering is a proud supporter of your Montana State Bobcats.
We are back one final time at the Ribbon Chop House for Cat Shack. Montana's Ribbon Chop House has been serving Rocky Mountain communities for over 20 years. Our ability to grow has come through our commitment to Rocky Mountain hospitality, a concept which incorporates a casual attitude with our commitment to loyalty, safety, service, and quality food. We hope you'll be our guest at one of our locations soon. Of course, a great time to be a guest is on Tuesday nights at 6:30. We'll be back for Valentine's Day Eve next week here at the Ribbon Chop House. I'm Keaton Gillogly, joined now by Taylor Janssen. Taylor, how we doing? How we feeling?
Good. Yes, happy to be here.
Yes, happy to have you here today. Did you get some food in? What'd you get to order today?
I ordered the shrimp pasta.
Okay.
Yeah.
Haven't
gotten it yet, but
good?
Hopefully it'll be good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Good. Is that a go-to, like, even pregame? Like, do you have a routine on what you order for some of the pregame stuff?
Not usually. Sometimes it's a sandwich. Sometimes it's pasta. Usually not Alfredo, though, because it's pretty heavy.
Yeah,
but
we don't want the cream.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that. And how early do you guys have to pick that? Like, are you like, oh, man, I got to, like, guess what, like, Saturday Taylor's going to want to eat?
Yeah, on the road trip, usually we pick out meals the Wednesday or Tuesday before before we leave.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like trying to think. I'm like, okay, the pregame, what do I want? What am I going to be hungry for in 4 days?
Yeah. Well, that's Daniel Sally who does a lot of that too. So sounds like he's on top of things.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, that's it's a lot. I mean, he does all the travel stuff, and then he's on the air for you guys. But he does a great job, and he's on the podcast with us too. And it's a heck of a balance for him.
Yes.
Well, let's dive into your season a little bit. Your fourth year now, a senior here at Montana State. First of all, classes. I know you had a pretty heavy workload and a big, heavy-duty major and minor as well. So how's everything going in classes?
Going good. Yeah, I'm only taking 3, so it's been a little bit of a lighter load, which has been nice, but still a little bit challenging. I'm taking derivative securities.
Derivative securities.
Yes.
Okay.
Don't ask me what it is because I don't know it yet, but we're working on it.
Okay. All right. Well, and so what are you going to get your degree in?
Finance, and then minors in economics and international business.
Okay, cool. Anything interesting international business? Like, I don't know, is there any country you'd love to do business with or something?
Probably like Western Europe,
Yeah.
anywhere in that area. Be really fun to live over there and do something with that.
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah.
Cool. I like to hear it. So you get to focus a little more on hoops as you've got your class order all in order now. What's the season been like for you? I mean, we've talked about the ups and downs and the grinds with Coach Binford, but from the locker room perspective, how have you guys handled the ups and downs this year?
Yeah, this season has probably been one of my favorite yet. Just the camaraderie with the team has been so much better than in past years, and we just all stick together even through the ups and downs. We've really been able to work through those together, and hopefully we're starting to hit a stride here right in time for the end of the conference and into the Big Sky play.
Yeah, how tough is it when you guys are trying to get this offense going and find some consistency there, but to not have the consistency in the lineups? I mean, how different did it feel when, okay, this player's out, now that player's out, kind of whack-a-mole, but how hard is it to find that consistency when there's not consistency in the lineup?
Yeah, it's been really difficult. In every game, I feel like we're asking a new player to step up. I feel like 1 through 15 we all have, and which has been really great, and that's how we've been able to keep sort of a steady pace going with everyone coming in and out, and hopefully from here on out we'll have a little bit more of a consistent lineup. That'll help us out, but really just trying to stick together. Everyone's been stepping up. Even the freshmen, we have 6 freshmen getting big minutes for us, and so they're acting and playing a lot older than they are.
Yeah. What are some of the things that they've been asking you, or the type of advice you've been giving them over the course of the year?
I'd say more just like from a leadership standpoint, just how to stay composed when the game might go south or we're up really good. Just keeping that level head, keeping the team together, everything like that.
Right. Well, you certainly needed that this weekend and turned it into 2 road victories at Eastern and Idaho. Neither was easy, but a win's a win. And you had that go-ahead shot late against Eastern Washington. Walk us through that play on the pass from Mara.
Yeah, it wasn't supposed to be for me. It was supposed to be for Mara because she was playing so good that game. But happy that I was able to knock down that shot when the time came. Didn't think it was going in, but happy it did. Yeah.
Well, and not a lot of threes have been falling lately, and I'm sure they will as the year goes on. But that was a game where that was the third 3 you guys hit all game, and it happened to be a big one. Is that something that's in your mind, or how do you kind of clear your mind to make sure that, hey, if a shot hasn't gone in before, this shot still can?
Yeah, that's one of the biggest things I've been working on personally this year is just keeping that next play mentality, especially with shots if they're not falling, still being willing and open to take the next shot when the time comes because I know that my teammates rely on me for that. But then I think as a group we've really grown in the aspect that if our 3 ball isn't falling, we're trying to find it in other areas. So we're getting a lot more points in the paint, which are higher percentage shots for us, which has allowed us to put more points on the board, so even if teams do go on runs, we can stay with them.
Yeah, that's good to see. And, well, you guys haven't really given up many long runs with the way the defense has been playing this year. What's been the key to some of the success you guys have had on defense?
I think just staying with our principles. A lot of the other teams, especially with Northern Colorado and Arizona coming up, they're really good 3-point shooting teams. So some aspect is us focusing on how we're going to shut that down, but most of it is focusing on if we just do what we know how to do and we follow our defensive principles, everything will work out for us.
Yeah, no doubt. We've definitely seen that. You've talked about some of the freshmen. I want to get into some of that with you as well. Fellow Minnesota native in Ella Janssen. We've had her on the show. She had another big week. First of all, is it nice to have another Minnesotan on the team?
Yes, when I came in my freshman year, I think there was 5 people from Minnesota, and then last year was the only one, so I was like, I need some more Minnesotans back here, and so it was good to see Ella back here, and we always have little inside jokes about different things in Minnesota that no one else gets.
Yeah, that's true. Minnesota has really a very defined culture.
Yes, it is pretty niche.
Yeah. Minnesota nice is definitely a big word.
Yep.
Do you guys take a long time to leave other people's, if you go to someone's house, you have the Minnesota goodbye?
Yes, definitely. Usually it's at least 20 minutes. At 20 minutes of talking about starting to leave, and then you get to the door and it's another 20 minutes of should we leave or is there more conversation to be had?
Yeah, you don't want any conversation left on the table.
No.
Well, and if you're from Minnesota, you're usually lacing up big boots, so that's going to take a little while.
Yep,
you got to put all the layers on. But no, it's good to have a couple of Minnesotans on the team. And Ella's been great. What's her development been like through your eyes?
Yeah, I think just a big jump in confidence. Starting off the year as a redshirt and then getting pulled out of redshirt and being expected to play and pick up minutes with people coming in and out, that's really difficult, especially as a freshman. So Ben and the rest of the team, we've been trying to build up her confidence that if the shot's there, we want you to take it. So she's been having a bigger role in that aspect as well, too, because we don't just need her as a passer and a screener. We need her to put some points on the board, too.
Right, so she's putting some points on the board. She's playing some good defense. She's got some good size. Do you guys feel like you're kind of trending towards some, positionless basketball? I feel like you have a lot of versatility on this team.
Yeah, definitely. Even as a 5, I don't feel like a 5 because I still play on the outside sometimes. So it's been nice that even Mara too, inside and outside game. Ella has both, and just developing that as sort of a post group, but even a guards like KJ and Jack posting up and not just playing on the perimeter. It really makes it harder for defenses to match up against us and stop us.
Right. Well, and with the length and the size, as the freshmen continue to get going, they have a lot of size and a lot of length. Do you feel like the bigger team on the floor? Is that an advantage for you guys when you walk out?
Yes, definitely against our last 2 games, too. I noticed we were a lot bigger. It comes with its pros and cons because some of the other teams are shorter, quicker, everything like that. So using our strengths to our advantage, trying to get more points in the paint with post-up and everything like that when we do have that advantage with length. So that's been helpful for us.
Right. Well, and then, if your guys are switching and trying to keep this defense up, I imagine having that length but still being able to guard the guards is a big key. I mean, how do you guys feel like you can handle some of those smaller players when you got to get out on the perimeter?
Yeah, it's definitely a team effort because I can't just stop the point guard coming down one-on-one by myself. It takes my teammates being in the gap position, ready to help if she gets by me or anything, or even just preventing her from wanting to drive towards the basket. So it's definitely a team effort to try and build that wall around the 3-point line to not let anyone in.
No doubt. Well, I'm going to have to build a wall on Thursday with this Northern Colorado team coming up. Excited to be home back in front of the brick.
Yes, it'll be nice.
Yes, can't wait. In your own bed, in front of the hometown fans on Thursday and Saturday. Well, Taylor's been great. Appreciate the time today.
Thank you for having me.
All right, Taylor Janssen, everybody. Thank you to Taylor. Thank you to Tyler Patterson. Thank you to Coach Logie and to Coach Binford as well for joining us today and the rest of the staff here at the Ribbon Chop House. We'll be back again next week at 6:30. The men on Thursday tip at 6 and Saturday at 3. The women tip at 7 and Saturday at 2 o'clock. So that'll wrap up this edition of Cat Chat. We will talk to you again next week. This is Keaton Gillogly saying so long. You've been listening to Cat Chat presented by Learfield.